With the Pixel 5, Google went back to the drawing board and fixed a few things that had been plaguing the Pixel series since the first Pixel phone. Instead of launching a flagship device at a premium price, Google centered the Pixel 5 around user experience, nailing the basics of a phone. Now, before the Pixel 6 launches in October and makes a huge splash in the smartphone industry, let's take a look at the Pixel 5. And if you do end up liking this video, consider showing support by subscribing. When I first took the Pixel 5 out of the box, my immediate thought was, whoa, is this thing small? With manufacturers pushing the boundaries of phone sizes, Google took a step back and made a compact phone, which was mostly received with praise. But let's get a couple of cons about the phone out of the way. The very first is Google not using a real earpiece speaker, and instead using a new technology to vibrate the display, which in turn produces the sound. Now this, in my opinion, is not good at all. The sound coming out of the top is not too clear, and I can see why so many people rejoiced when a real earpiece was seen on the Pixel 6. Another thing that's not too great about this phone is the vibration motor. Hopefully we'll get a better one with the Pixel 6. Other than that, the phone feels solid in the hands, buttons are nice and clicky, the fingerprint scanner is fast and reliable, and the phone is really lightweight at just 151 grams. Like I said earlier, the compact size makes for a phone that is one-handed friendly and doesn't require your fingers to do gymnastics. The phone has the usual IP68 dust and water resistance rating, and with the Pixel 6 being a bigger phone with 6.4 inches of display, the Pixel 5 seems to be the last of smaller Pixel phones. The front of the Pixel 5 is probably the best looking among all the phones. I think out of all the companies, Google has experimented the most with the display. Huge bezels, chins, bathtub notches, and foreheads have all been seen on previous Pixel phones. But not anymore. Behold the Pixel 5 with its uniform thin bezels and a punch-hole selfie camera. The 6-inch 90Hz OLED display has been amazing. Color accuracy is excellent on the Pixel 5 and the display gets decently bright for outside use, although I hope the Pixel 6 can go higher in this aspect. I force the 90Hz refresh rate on all the time because the experience of using stock Android is so much smoother at this setting. Now if the smaller Pixel 6 indeed ends up using a similar display with a larger size, it is bound to be a winner for Google as well. Google complemented this great display by giving the Pixel 5 a larger battery. The phone features a 4080 mAh cell that can easily last most users a day. I have been amazed by how well this phone can do. Part of the reason is Google using a more efficient chip, a small 6-inch Full HD Plus display, along with the software optimizations. Now forcing 90Hz on all the time can drain the battery a bit faster, but it's a trade-off personally I'm willing to make. The phone also supports 18-watt wired charging and 12-watt wireless charging. Now there is a charger included in the box, but unfortunately Google is taking away that privilege with the Pixel 6. What a big bummer. I do hope Google can improve the charging speed in the Pixel 6. 18 watts is just too slow compared to other Android phones. Another improvement on the way with the Pixel 6 is the cameras, but the Pixel 5 is no slouch either. Using the Pixel 5 camera reminded me of how much I love taking shots with my Pixel 2 XL. That phone has well over 5,000 pictures over a span of 3 freaking years. Now the Pixel 5 also shares the same camera sensor as the 2 XL. Even then, the shots taken by this phone are some of the best with great contrast, nice details, and dynamic range. I would consider it on the top amongst all the phones for still photography. This is probably the peak of Google's software flex. Pictures taken with the Pixel 5 have that contrasty HDR look that people tend to love. And finally, after so many years of asking, Google complemented the main lens with the ultra-wide camera. Although it has a slightly lower field of view when compared to other smartphones, even then the phone keeps up with the main lens in terms of color reproduction and sharpness in good lighting. The phone has software special features such as portrait mode, night sight, astrophotography mode, and much more. There's also a new portrait light mode that lets you adjust the lighting on a person's face, and this can be used on older photos not even taken by a Pixel. And as far as selfies goes, they tend to turn out pretty good with the 8 megapixel snapper. Video quality is also good here. This is one department where the Pixel phones haven't been strong, and Google plans to change that with the Pixel 6. The Pixel 5 can shoot in 4K 60 with the main lens, but only 4K 30 with the ultra wide. Now color reproduction, sharpness, and and details in the video are pretty well accurate. Now I did shoot the iPhone 12 Pro review entirely with the Pixel 5, so go check that out as well. Perhaps the best part about a Pixel phone apart from the camera is the software. Google stock Android is such a delight to use on a Pixel phone with its special Pixel features and no bloatware. Things like wallpaper zooming out while pulling down the notification shade, the now playing feature that I miss so badly on my iPhone, the at a glance widget, getting first day Android software updates, and things are only getting sweeter and better with Android 12 on the Pixel 6. Other Pixel features like call screening, the Quarter app with live transcription, and live captioning of audio from any video playing on the phone have made Pixel phones a bit special. Now the phone is expected to get 3 years of software updates, which according to me is good enough for Android phones, but the 5-year software support for the Pixel 6 is looking to be a game changer. Performance on this phone has been well above my expectations. I was a little skeptical when Google decided to use Snapdragon 765 instead of the flagship chipset, but in my day-to-day use that hasn't been an issue. This phone also has the highest RAM among Pixel phones at 8 gigs, and that also keeps the apps in memory and running smooth. The phone didn't face any hiccups while gaming or opening any apps. Now going back to using a Pixel after being on iOS made me realize how much I love stock Android and the overall Pixel experience. And with the Pixel 6 looking like the flagship we want, I am really tempted into making the switch back to Android. Now let me know your thoughts about the Pixel 6 and if you plan on getting that phone. And as always, thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.